Coming up on KUJH News, emergency police boxes are being removed from campus.
The university's protocol for winter weather.
And our graduating seniors take their last bows on and off camera.
Live from the studio in Stauffer, Flint, this is KUJH News.
Welcome to KUJH News. I'm Lexi Urban.
And I'm Delaney Gregory.
The emergency blue lights on campus are disappearing at the end of the next spring semester. KUJH's Alex Moore has the story.
The University of Kansas has announced that it will begin dismantling the emergency blue lights around campus after 5 decades of deployment.
The blue light phones came to KU in 1975. There were an initiative of student senators at the time to improve campus safety. And since then, we've seen the phones have been used for a variety of purposes that don't really relate to improving safety on campus.
From 2021 through 2023, the KU Police Department reported 279 emergency calls from the 68 emergency call boxes on campus. Of those calls, only 6 were for valid emergencies.
The vast majority of the blue light calls that we've gotten in my career have been false alarms, not even in terms of somebody using them to, for things that aren't emergencies, but simply pushing the button and then not being there.
Another reason for the dismantling is the widespread use of cell phones, which allow emergency services to find a person having an emergency much more easily. Cost saving also played a factor into the university's decision. Over $5,000 worth of staff hours are dedicated every year to test each phone box routinely. With the extensive cost and time required to keep this antiquated technology still running, the dismantling of these phones seems to be long overdue. For KUJH News, I'm Alex Moore.
KU Police implores anyone who might need assistance to call them at any time. The non-emergency number to reach the Public Safety Office is 785-864-5900.
Another safety measure the university follows is its inclement weather policy. After this week's snow, some students criticized KU for not canceling classes. KUJH's Olivia Dubois explains the protocol for snow days and how it impacts students.
On Monday, KU's first snow of the winter coincided with students returning from Thanksgiving break. With just 1 week before finals, the university chose not to cancel classes despite the conditions. In a series of Facebook posts, the Lawrence Police Department said that they responded to between 6 and 8 non-injury crashes every hour from 6:45 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. and urged people to stay home. Lawrence's buses were also an issue, with many routes being delayed.
On campus, the roundabouts, people's cars got stuck. My car got stuck and I was late to class, 30 minutes late, and we had a quiz and they didn't cancel.
Some students decided themselves it wasn't safe to travel to campus.
Oh, I didn't go to class because my roommates both got stuck on their way here and posted that they saw accidents and I didn't want to drive my car.
According to storm reports from the National Weather Service, Lawrence received 4.5 inches of snow, 2 of which were already on the ground by 9:35 a.m. With snow continuing to fall, KU sent out an alert to close campus at 1 o'clock. KU's inclement weather policy states that when forecasts or conditions could be hazardous, the KU Police Department and Facility Services are consulted, and the Chancellor or Provost decides whether or not to close campus by 5:30 a.m. When asked to specify their decision-making process, the Office of the Chancellor reiterated the statements in their inclement weather policy.
There is a disconnect from KU, they'll plow their streets and salt the campus roads, but everywhere around campus is still unplowed, unsalted. The sidewalks are all icy.
Reporting for KUJH, I'm Olivier Dubois.
Thank you, Olivier. And you can track current campus operations alerts at .ku.edu.
Delaney, I don't know about you, but that snow on Monday was a little bit of a jump scare. I was not expecting that much snow.
Yeah, it was definitely a struggle for students coming home from break too. Yeah. But KUJH's weather forecaster, Aiden Baugh, has a first look at the weather for the rest of the week. Aiden, should we expect more snow?
Delaney, on Sunday, the Jayhawks are looking to take on I don't even want to say that school's name, it feels like a slur, but that school out in Columbia, we are taking them on for the Sunflower Showdown at the T-Mobile Center on Sunday at noon. 29 degrees for your high. It's definitely going to be coldy. Mostly cloudy skies out there. It's, man, going to be really cold out there, folks. Even as you're walking from your car into the game or the game to your car, definitely going to want those winter coats, maybe even your gloves, especially with that north wind at 10 miles an hour. That's going to drop our wind chills pretty considerably. I'd expect them down into the lower 20s, maybe 23 degrees out there for a wind chill on Sunday. Folks, make sure you're bundling up. Rock chalk. Back to you, Delaney.
Thanks, Aiden.
Delaney, at least the snow is melting outside. I'm just not a fan of the snow. Luckily, it's melting though, so.
Not a big snowman builder?
Definitely not, no.
That's okay, that's okay.
Just south of Lawrence lies one of the state's most historic preservation lands, the Baker Wetlands. Kay Spears dives deeper on the history of the wetlands and how Haskell students are using their ties to the land to keep it maintained.
As you look around, some might see an area of dead branches, leaves, and a whole lot of nothing. But at the Baker University wetlands, life and history are scattered all around. Just south of Lawrence lies one of the state's most beautiful hidden gems, the Baker Wetlands. Spanning over 900 acres, this diverse ecosystem is home to more than 470 plant species and nearly 280 bird species. The land also holds long-standing ties with Haskell Indian Nations University, which historically used the wetlands as part of its agricultural and vocational training programs. Today, Haskell students and faculty continue to use the area for cultural education, environmental studies, and ongoing preservation work.
Most of the site was restored after being cultivated, right? And so luckily there were a couple of parcels around I want to say 75 acres or 65 acres or so that were remnant wet prairie.
While the wetlands is known for all their inhabitant species that are scattered throughout the field, they also have become a place where Lawrence residents can enjoy the nature presented in the field.
I like taking a break from studying and classes and just walking outside in nature, looking at the birds and all that, and just grounding myself.
As time continues to move forward, it is safe to say the wetlands has become a safe spot for the nature and the residents who want to see the Lawrence environment. For KUJH, I'm Kay Spears.
If you want to check out the wetlands, it is open to view from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day on 1365 North 1250 Road. Coming up, an explanation on brain rot
and how seasonal depression impacts college students.
For students searching for a way to stay active in an outdoorsy way, the City of Lawrence has bike trails running in every direction, and with the new bike share program, we can stay in shape as we tour the sights of our beautiful city. Clinton Lake is only a short 30-minute bike ride away from Daisy Hill and has the most incredible sunset location in all of Lawrence. Walking campus may give you the KU calves, but biking can give you the KU thighs. Bike Lawrence today.
You may not hear it at first, but it's there. Our chant, rising. On this summit, callings converge, voices unify into a chorus that sounds out for good. For greatness. Can you hear it?
Welcome back. Unless you've been living under a rock these past few months, you've probably heard sayings like 6, 7, and rage bait. In fact, these words are so big they became dictionary.com and Oxford Dictionary's words of the year. But what do these sayings really mean? KUJH's Tyler Brewer looks to answer these questions and more.
This is brain rot. Mindless sayings that have little to no meaning, yet your child is obsessed with it. But why and what does it mean?
So what the skibbity is brain rot? Well, essentially it's mindless moments from viral videos that have little to no meaning. Let's use 6, 7 as an example.
It all started from a song released in 2024 called Doot Doot by rapper Skrilla, where he says the now iconic line, 6'7", I just been. According to Skrilla, the saying is about taking a negative and making it into a positive. However, the saying didn't become what it is today until four-star guard and Kansas basketball commit Taylon Kinney started using the saying. It was at one of Kinney's basketball games where the camera would turn from the action on the court to the stands, and the 6'7" kid would use the iconic line and hand motion. While it may be fun and games inside the arena, the classroom is a different story, and no one knows better than mother and second grade teacher Missy Shear.
At first, it was kind of one or two would just kind of whisper it and say 6'7", or, you know, whatever. And then after a while, more of them started saying it. And, you know, it just started, you know, becoming a bigger deal.
Saying even got so big that it became Dictionary.com's 2025 Word of the Year.
The significance of the words of the year is always really interesting because it's more than just being a word. It sort of captures a moment in time. So sometimes like 6'7", the word is going to be sort of a flash in the pan, something that's really, really popular right now. And in a few years from now, people are going to be like, what is that?
6'7" is just the newest example of jargon that's popular among the youth. And there's no doubt in my mind that something bigger and perhaps dumber will replace it in the future. For KUJH News, I'm Tyler Brewer.
Thanks, Tyler. I'm sure all the unks watching really appreciated that helpful information. KUJH's weather forecaster Aiden Baugh is back to give us another look into the weather.
Aiden, does it look like we will get any snow during finals week?
Lexi, I wouldn't say we've got much snow in the forecast, but what we do have Monday, Tuesday, a little bit cooler temperatures, so seasonal, but then look at this. On Wednesday, temperatures peaking as high as 51 degrees. How about that, folks? As our finals week is wrapping up, our temperatures rising up into more fall temperatures. None of that winter weather. Should be a great end to your finals week. Looking ahead, outside over northeastern Kansas, not much to be seen, not a cloud in sight. Clear skies all around our area. That doesn't mean it's going to be much warmer at all today, though. All the way from Topeka, all the way through Lawrence, Olathe, down into Paola, up into Kansas City, 24 degrees apiece, 23 in Tonganoxie, as well as Osage City. Ottawa, it's downright sweltering down there. 25 degrees, man, they're going to be sweating. 28 for your daily high around that 4 o'clock evening hour, declining all the way down in as low as 20 degrees by 10 o'clock. Contrary to popular belief, it does not get warmer when the sun goes down, folks. It gets quite a bit colder. It's definitely going to be a cold one out there. For your 7-day forecast moving into finals week, Friday and Saturday, look at that, lower 40s those days, but then Sunday for the KU basketball game, or right back into the thick of it with temperatures as high as 29 degrees. Definitely going to want those coats. But then from then on, warming up considerably each and every day, all the way to Wednesday with a high of 51 degrees. Lexi, back to you.
Thank you. Sunday will definitely not be nice, but Aiden will be back later on in the show. It's a time of year where students all over campus are cramming in study sessions to end the semester on a high note, but that doesn't come easy. Struggling to keep up with it all? You're not alone. KUJH's Emma Noble has more on seasonal depression.
Coming back to classes after Thanksgiving break can be tough. The temperatures drop, snow starts to fall, and crunch time for classes and finals can lead to unbearable stress levels. This time of year can be known as seasonal depression, a period in the calendar year where the sun sets quicker and the wind gets a lot chillier.
Biggest effect is like the cloud coverage. When it's gray out, it's hard. If it's cold and sunny, it's a little bit easier for me to get stuff done, but when I wake up and it's gray for the whole day, it makes me just want to stay in bed.
I've been really good about getting to class, getting all my assignments on time, and I've started to kind of slip on that since we've gotten into November and December, and it's been noticeable.
Lucy and August aren't the only ones. In a study group conducted by Appalachian State University, nearly 25% of college students experience seasonal depression. Symptoms can range from extremely harsh self-blame to difficulty performing everyday, normal, enjoyable tasks.
All of the nature outside tends to die, and that I think that might help, or not help, I guess.
However, there are numerous resources available to students on campus to help them overcome the winter blues. KU's Counseling and Psychological Services program also known as CAPS, offers a plethora of diverse services to help combat mental health illnesses, and it's all completely free.
You want to go to those services if you think you needed them?
Yeah, I don't think I need them at the moment, but if I did, I would 100% go, yeah.
For KUJH News, I'm Emma Noble.
CAPS will be open all winter break long. Students can stop in anytime Monday through Friday from 8 to 4:30 p.m. Coming up on KUJH News, a recap on KU sports.
And a look into women's volleyball.
This is Cecilia. Cecilia goes about her day like everyone else. She gets ready for the day, cleans her dorm, and does her homework. Good job, Cecilia. But even though it doesn't show, Cecilia is not feeling like her best self. She feels like she can't talk to anyone about how she feels, because every college kid is supposed to feel this way. Right? Well, no. Cecilia realizes that she needs to talk to someone, so she goes to the KU Health Center for a Jayhawk check-in. Cecilia feels heard. It's okay to not be okay.
Yeah, I always just clap at the start.
This is where everyone's talking amongst themselves. Do you know how to do it? Do you know how to do it?
Are we supposed to smile?
When do we start? Somebody over here already started.
Can we talk about the piccolo part's the most complicated one?
It is. If you listen, you're doing it when the band's not playing.
You have to tell me when it starts. I still don't know.
Here we go. Now.
No humps. Nailed it.
I practiced this morning.
Tomorrow was just two people.
It has a right and a wrong way of doing it. No. Wrong.
I like my way better.
I don't know how to do the end.
It's just
I don't know the head.
That's great.
It's hard by yourself.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to KUJH Sports. I am Cooper Hannon, your anchor on this chilly Thursday morning. While many of us were stuffing our faces with turkey and, well, stuffing, KU Athletics were busy with their own Thanksgiving spread, including an amazing come-from-behind victory and some heart-wrenching losses. KUJH's Tyler Brewer has the Thanksgiving sports recap. Let's hear it, Tyler.
Well, guys, the snow may be falling early this semester, but the Jayhawk sports teams are not. Well, mostly. Kicking it off with the women's soccer team as they spread their wings into the NCAA tournament with two 3-1 wins over Cal Baptist and Louisville. However, round 3 is where the Jayhawks' run would come to an end, falling to the 11th-ranked Duke Blue Devils 2-0. Regardless of the outcome, this season marks back-to-back years where Coach Nate Lee and the Jayhawks made it to the Big 12 Championship and the NCAA tournament.
Every year tends to end in a little bit of sadness and pain. I think this one is especially up there on the list. This is a great group of young women that represents our program and the university at the highest level.
Swinging over to the men's and women's basketball teams, and there is just as much to be thankful for. On the women's side, the Jayhawks went 1-2 over the break, but had a great game against the Georgia Bulldogs in the Fort Myers women's tip-off, where Samaya Nichols dropped 40 points in the Jayhawks' 6-point loss, a performance that, if the Jayhawks can build around, spells a very bright future. On the men's side, the team was out in Las Vegas for the Players Era Tournament, and despite the Jayhawks playing without star freshman Darren Peterson, the team went 3-0 in just as many days. Head coach Bill Self said it best in his post-game interview.
That was a big win for us. We got better this week. I've complained about us being a little soft, but today we were tough, and that's the thing I'm most proud of.
The KU volleyball team wrapped up their regular season and found out what seed in the NCAA volleyball tournament they're going to be. The Jayhawks are the 4 seed and will take on High Point in the first round of the NCAA tournament. However, if the Jayhawks are to make a run to the championship, they'll have to go through a familiar foe in the top-seeded Nebraska Cornhuskers. The two teams faced off in an exhibition this preseason where the Huskers swept the Jayhawks. Either way, the NCAA tournament is a great way to start the Matt Ulmer era at Kansas. And finally, KU's football team faced off against Utah on Senior Day. And despite rushing for over 300 yards against the 13th ranked Utes, it was costly turnovers that ended up costing the Jayhawks their chances of an upset win and a bowl game, as the final record for the Birds was 5-7 on the year. Well, that's all for the rundown of KU sports over Thanksgiving break. Overall, it was really successful, and KU sports teams gave families a lot to cheer about. For KUJH News, I'm Tyler Brewer.
Thanks, Tyler, for giving us a lovely look back. Now, looking into present KU sports, the 4-seed Kansas women volleyball team takes on High Point University in the first round of the NCAA tournament, marking their 3rd straight season hosting. KUJH's Trevor Burns has more on the matchup and the importance of the tourney. Take it away, Trev.
Kansas volleyball established a winning culture under former head coach Ray Bichard. With him leaving just last year, new head coach Matt Ulmer hopes to get past the second-round block that previously plagued Bichard. Ulmer isn't a stranger to the NCAA tournament, leading his former team Oregon to the tournament in 2024. Today, he will make his return back to the dance, this time in a different venue, with Kansas hosting the first round. Kansas will be a 4 seed in this year's tournament, their second highest seeding behind 2022's 1 seed. Ulmer hasn't shied from the spotlight and is hoping to achieve more goals in the upcoming weeks.
But again, their goals are not just to get to the second round, their goals to get beyond that. So I think we need to push them to be able to do that.
Players are excited to see the energy fans bring to Horsch for the 3rd year in a row.
But yeah, I mean, I'm super
You've done
excited. The crowd is even more crazy than they usually are. And I remember last year hearing that I think the game sold out in like 15 minutes last year, like tickets sold out. So, I mean, it's fun that people want to go and people want to watch, and that's just more fun for us to play with.
Kansas ranks among the Big 12's most productive teams in the regular season, finishing 5th in the conference in kills per set, assists per set, as well as hitting percentage, while finishing 4th in blocks and digs per set. With High Point being next up, Ulmer knows his team just isn't looking to get past High Point, but also make a deep run in the tournament as a whole.
I asked the group, I said, okay, the last 2 years since we didn't make it out, to the Sweet 16 the last 2 years, what have we done in the past? And they said we focused on the first round up until we know who we're playing in the second round. So I flipped it. So today we worked on who we could possibly play in the second round.
Kansas hopes to kick off their tournament run strong at 6:30 p.m. in Horsch Family Volleyball Arena, with the goal of having yet another home game with a win. For KUJH News, I'm Trevor Burns.
Appreciate it, Trevor. The Jayhawks will try to make sure High Point's first round moment, well, doesn't exactly live up to its name. Ladies and gentlemen, that is sadly all I have for you today, tomorrow, and all of the days ahead. But keep your head held high through these winter blues, as you, my friend, are watching KUJH News. Thank you.
KU supports community, creativity, Kansas. The University of Kansas provides statewide medical outreach, first responder training, cybersecurity protection, childhood development support, and economic gains amounting to over $7 billion every year. Every day, Kansas Jayhawks serve the world by creating a better future. The world is safer, healthier, stronger because of what KU creates.
We've got 2 big games coming up this Sunday, the Chiefs and Kansas basketball. And KUJH weather forecaster Aiden Baugh is here to give us one last look at what we can expect, whether you're headed to Arrowhead or T-Mobile Stadium. Aiden?
Delaney, I wouldn't say it'll be snowing at all. It's definitely going to be cold outside today, but next week, looking into finals, it's looking to be a lot warmer, especially the later in the week you get, Wednesday on. Friday and Saturday as well, looking to be a little bit warmer than we've been experiencing at all this entire week and last week. Temperatures in the lower 40s Friday and Saturday. Outside right now, though, 23 degrees. We're looking at a daily high of about 28. Definitely still very chilly out there. You definitely want those winter coats, some gloves if you're on your way to class, but should be a pretty clear day overall. Delaney, back to you.
Thank you, Aiden, for providing us with information about the weather for this semester. As this is our last show for the semester, our seniors wanted to provide some advice for the next KUJH crew.
KUJH's Grace Johnson shares more.
From KUJH seniors of the past to the ones standing here today, every student has felt those first day nerves, unsure of themselves and unaware of what this newsroom would help them grow into.
honestly, just walking into the studio for the first time, it was fun to be able to call the shots on my first show, even though there was a lot that went with it and a lot of learning on the fly. But marshaling the resources of, everybody together to make one great big show, that was so much fun.
I was very nervous about going out, doing live shots, very anxious about that, and I finally conquered my fear and got to do that, which was just such a good experience.
Just seeing like where I was when I first got to the J School to where I am now, like I've made so much improvements, and it's just been really, really fun to see like myself go to the next level in journalism and broadcast, so it's just been great.
Proudest moment is definitely anchoring sports for the Career Fair Show Day. If you saw me the day before, I was a train wreck, and that night me and Delaney were up till like midnight practicing, and then just seeing the final product, I was so proud of myself, and it opened a door for me.
I did a story with the Lawrence Police Department on stolen items, and it was a very fast turn, and at that time I had been having a lot of imposter syndrome, and I was like, is this what I want to do? And being able to turn a story that fast, that kind of like, it really proved to me like, yes, you are fit for this, yes, you can do this, and so kind of just gave me a boost of confidence.
For this group, nerves turned into confidence, and confidence turned into a community.
Getting to know my co-producers, that's been like really fun. I was really scared when I got here, so like getting closer with you guys has been super fun.
I've met like some of my best friends and people I never would have met, and I feel like before KUJH News I didn't know a lot of people in the J School, but now I feel like every time I walk to the J School I know someone, and that's because of KUJH News.
Everybody is just so fun. The people that you meet here are the people that hopefully you can talk to for the rest of your life.
And once they settled in, the real learning began. And yes, sometimes the learning curve got a little loud.
Most memorable moment was me screaming at Matthew for like 3 hours straight because he made me do a package.
But every challenge turned into a moment that he could own.
I would say the first TikTok I did of the pooch plunge, because I had never edited a TikTok before that. So the fact that I was able to figure it out even though it wasn't that good, I was very proud of that.
I had a big part in producing the show last week, and yeah, it was super stressful but also really fun. And yeah, it's just something I could go home, tell my folks about, tell my friends about, and everybody was super proud of me for it, so it made me feel pretty good.
I think it'll be good to see like my first time anchoring till now. I definitely have made a ton of improvements. I used to stutter and like make a ton of mistakes, but I think over time I've gotten a lot better, so just seeing like that improvement that I've made.
I thought it was really cool when I would do live shots and I just like wouldn't like have like a script up or anything, so I kind of thought I was pretty proud of that, because like I didn't really mess up, and I was like, after I did it, I was like, all right, like that's pretty fun. Like I didn't like, it was all smooth and everything. So I think that was my proudest memory.
Some seniors found growth not just in the studio, but in who they became.
I've been given so many amazing opportunities from the KU Journalism School that has really helped me in my professional career and also personally. I feel like I have grown as an individual and as a person.
I think the biggest thing that I've learned through KUJH is that our job as journalists is to tell people stories.
The experience of being in a real newsroom has been night and day from past shows I've worked on. I've gotten so much help and experience from be it other meteorologists at the career fair to Cal and Melissa, and even all my crewmates around. Everyone is just amazing. They've helped me gain so much confidence and experience doing what I want to do.
This semester, all those moments shaped a newsroom that finally felt like theirs.
My proudest moment from this semester has really been watching how our first show went, and then kind of in the middle with fall break, and just to where we are now. I feel like we really solidified the voice we were trying to give to KUJH.
And as they graduate, they leave a message for the next team stepping into the studio.
So I would say my advice to people coming into KUJH would definitely be ask for help if you need. I kind of would just like write scripts and like didn't really get like opinions or anything. And I feel like that if I didn't do that, it would be better. So I would say just ask for advice, you know, it doesn't hurt to ask for advice.
Volunteer for everything, even if you don't know how to do it, because there are people who will help you and you'll learn way more that way. Try everything and don't box yourself in, and don't think that there's something that you're good at, that's all that you can do, or that there's something that you aren't good at and so you don't even need to bother trying it, because I think that you can surprise yourself, especially in this environment.
And for the last time,
this is
KUJH
News.
Thank you, Grace.
It's definitely been such an honor getting to work for KUJH this semester, and I really, really wouldn't have things any other way.
It goes by so quick, so thank you to all the memories and all the friendships along the way. Well, that is all we have for you this morning. Check out KUJH on TikTok and Instagram for exclusive content, and keep up to date on the latest stories at KUJHnews.com. For one last time, I'm Lexi Urban.
And I'm Delaney Gregory. A new KUJH crew will see you here next semester. Thank you.